Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Yoga for Athletes. My name is Georgia. I hope you've had a good day so far. And welcome. So tonight you will have the possibility of needing a strap, 2 blocks, or even a towel. If you do not have one of those, you can even use a couple of pillows for your blocks, or maybe some books. It just depends on what you have it, at fingertips length or, around your house. So you choose what you need and bring it to the table or to your mat and utilize them as needed. So for tonight's intention, we will be focusing on our breath and that life force that it gives us. I really want you to focus on how the breath really leads us and guides us, how the expansion of the belly on the inhale really fills up through the diaphragm, and how on the exhale it takes the navel into the spine, and just what that really offers us through our life and how it guides us and how it leads us without even us knowing that something is going on. It's almost, it's something that is it just happens. We don't even have to think about it. It's really a beautiful thing if you stop and think about that and focus on that. And as we use the breath during our practice tonight, allow it to release the muscles that you need to within your body. I don't know about anybody else, but I know for me that my breath, if I hold it and clench it and, feel like I can make myself pass out. But I can also allow it to be soft and easy and allow it to relax the muscles, because the more I hold my breath and constrict it, the tighter the muscles are going to get. But the more easy and soft and things of that nature of my breath, the more I am able to release, which I'm working a lot on here lately. So to begin, I want you to come into Sukhasana or extend the legs out long, or whatever comfortable seated position is good for you. And stack that head over heart, heart over pelvis. Soften the gaze and close the eyes to connect to your breath. Start by taking that deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it go. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Followed by the exhale. Stay here for a few more rounds on your own. Setting and sealing the intention of your choice. Soften the shoulders away from the ears as you continue to breathe. Unhinging the jaw. And furrowing your brow. Finding softness in those spaces that need it most. Take about 3 more breaths here. Really finding that expansion of the belly on the inhale. Drawing that navel to spine on the exhale. Start to bat the eyelashes open. Coming back into your space. Good. So we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, interlacing the hands and flexing the palms up towards the ceiling, really lengthening up through the sides of the body. And then on the exhale, take the hands over towards the left side, rolling that right shoulder away from the ear, pressing through your fingertips, really rooting down through your sitting bones. On an inhale, come back through center. Then on the exhale, take the hands over towards the right, rolling that left shoulder back and down. Maybe take a slight gaze up towards the ceiling. Really root down through your sitting bones once again to allow yourself to sit up tall. Inhale back through center. Exhale when you get there. Release the hands, rain it down. So we'll bring the right hand outside of the right hip. Just come onto tented palms here. Take the left hand outside of the right ear and press the left ear slightly towards the left shoulder. Nothing too hard or too heavy, but just like a gentle push towards the left shoulder, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Again, making sure that you're grounding down through the sitting bones and engaging the core slightly to help to sit up tall. Releasing the right side of the head. Inhale, lift your head back to center. Exhale when you get there. Switching sides now, so the left hand's going to come outside the left hip. Take the right hand outside the left ear, slightly pressing that right ear towards that right shoulder. Breathing deeply. Again, sit up tall. Rooting down through the sitting bones. using the breath to guide you. Allow that life force, feel that life force flowing through the body. On an inhale, come back through center. Exhaling when you get there. Good. So we're going to extend the right leg out as long as you draw the left foot into the inner part of that, the inner part of your right leg. A little bit of a, I forgot what I was going to say there. Grab a strap if you need to, because we're going to come into a forward fold, but if not, your hands can be on the shins, ankle, or peace fingers around the toes, or even just clasping the outside edges. So we'll clasp the outside edges if you'd like, or take the position of your choice. We'll inhale, sit up tall, and then on the exhale, leading with the chest, allow the nose to come down towards the knee. If the head touches the shin, great. If not, that's also awesome. If you'd like to allow the hands to rest on either side of the calf, please feel free to do so. Take the deep breaths that you need to. Relaxing in the areas that you find that tension. Maybe it's in the low back. Maybe it's in the hips. Maybe the backs of the hamstrings. Maybe you feel the need to take a soft bend in the back of the knee that's extended. On an inhale, start to roll up, stacking vertebrae by vertebrae, and allow the head to be the last thing to come up. Staying in this position, what we will do is take the right hand up to the right shin, ankle, or peace fingers around the toes. We'll inhale, lift that left arm up and take it over, rolling that left shoulder back and down, allowing the right to drop to open up through the chest. Breathing deeply here. Try your best to keep the head in a upright, a straight line, and do not allow it to fall with the right ear towards the right shoulder. So really keeping a straight line of energy throughout the body. You'll feel this stretch through the back of that left tricep all the way down to the top of that left hip. Maybe on an inhale, reach up slightly, and then on the exhale, take the fingers back, trying to reach a little bit further past the toes, even if it's just trying to do so energetically. On an inhale, start to rise up. Exhale when you get there. Switching sides, so that right foot's going to come to the inner part of that left leg. Grab a hold of the shin, the ankle, peace fingers around the toes, or clasping the outside edges of the foot. Again, whichever is easiest for you and where you're going to find the most release. Maintain that softness in the back of that left knee, keeping the left foot flexed. We'll inhale, sit up tall, clasp where we need to, and then on the exhale, lead with the chest and allow the nose to come down towards the knee or the shin, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Again, the option to just rest the elbows on the either side of the calf is an option. And lightly have the hand on either side of the foot. This is a little bit more of a restorative option if that's where you feel you need to be tonight. Keep the left foot flexed to help protect the knees. On an inhale, start to roll up, stacking vertebrae by vertebrae, and allow the head to be the last thing to come up. Good. So we'll take the left hand to the top of that left shin now, ankle, peace fingers around the toes. We'll inhale, reach the right arm up, and on the exhale, take it up and over. Roll that right shoulder back and down as you allow the left to drop this time, reaching those fingertips as far as you can past the toes or reaching them towards the toes. It doesn't really matter how far you're reaching past the toes, or even if you do, as long as you're just making that effort. You'll notice over time that the more you practice and the more you add the breath, that the muscles will become a little bit softer, a little bit easier. That you'll be able to come into the posture a little bit easier. On an inhale, start to rise up. Exhale when you get to the top. Transitioning out of this posture, come into all fours, taking the knees as wide as the mat or wider. Toes to touch, extend the arms forward, melt the chest onto the mat, followed by the head. Coming into a child's pose. As you stay in this child's pose, really be mindful about the tightness in your hips, where your mind is wandering. As your shoulders started to creep up towards your ears. Really sink the hips heavy towards the back edge of the mat. Breathing deep. Just a few more breaths. On an inhale, press into the hands, bringing you back up into that tabletop position, taking the knees back underneath the hips, place the hands back up underneath the shoulders. We're going to move through a few cycles of cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, rounding through the spine, find that navel to spine connection. Put the chin to the chest. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale. Follow by the exhale. Press the mat away. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale, come back into that neutral spine position. Extend the right leg out long, pressing into the ball mount of that right foot. Firmly press into the back of that left foot to help maintain your stability. We're just going to take some nice, easy pulses here. Back and forth. Loosening up through the hamstring, slightly activating that quad, but maintaining the softness in the back of that right knee. Gazes down towards the mat, keeping a nice, long, lengthened energy through the body. From here, I want you to extend the leg out long behind you, pressing through the heel, activating the quad, activating the hamstring, and activating the glutes for 3 breaths. Press the hands into the mat, take the navel into the spine, really feeling active here. And release that right foot back down towards the mat. And then we're going to take it up and out towards the right side, taking the inside of the right foot onto the floor. So you're pressing through the heel as the right big toe is pressing into the floor. Slowly start to drag that right big toe towards the back of the mat, and then we're going to take it up and around across the inside part of that your left knee, and then we're going to press through that right heel. So you're crossing it over the left side of the body to feel a deep stretch through the right hip, and you'll probably feel a little in the left hip as well. Again, you remain active here, so really press into the hands. If you want to come down onto the elbows, you can do that as well and press the palms together, or even clasp the palms together and gaze down towards the mat. Again, press into the back of that left foot to help maintain your stability. On an inhale, bring that right foot back to center, facing the back edge of your mat. And then on the exhale, bring the right knee back next to the left. So if you'd like to stay down on your elbows, if you came into this position, please feel free to do so. That way you're not putting so much pressure into the hands. And you can extend that left leg out long to make your nice, easy pulses. Don't sink down into the elbow, into the shoulders, but really press the mat away to remain active. Remain not dumping into any sockets. On your inhale, start to take that left foot towards the left side of the mat, pressing the left big toe into the outside of the mat and the heel. Again, keep the length in the back of the neck. Press the right foot into the mat. You feel an activation in the abdomen. I forgot to extend through that left leg on this side. We'll catch that here in a minute. Now on your inhale, come back through center, taking the left foot across the right side of the body, feeling that nice deep stretch through the outside of that left hip. As you press the right foot, back of the right foot into the mat to maintain your stability, you feel a nice deep stretch in the outside of the right hip as well. Kind of like a 2-for-1 special. On an inhale, bring that left foot back through center. Now extend through that left heel and extend that left leg out long. Press the hands into the mat. Activate the core slightly. Activate your quad, activate your glute for 3 breaths. And then on the exhale, place that left knee back next to the right. Swing the legs to the side and come back down onto the sitting bones briefly. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana, or butterfly posture. If you do deal with extreme tightness in the hips, grab some blocks. Place them underneath the knees or slightly underneath, like the outsides of the hips. So heels will come together and toes will touch. We will sit up tall, lengthening the back of the neck. And then on the exhale, we'll start to lean forward using the chest to guide us, and then lengthen the back of the neck and take the nose down towards the toes.
your inhale, start to roll up, stacking vertebrae by vertebrae. Allow the head to be the last thing to come up. Exhale when you get to the top. We're going to try to stay in this Baddha Konasana type posture here, or this Baddha Konasana posture, or butterfly posture. What I want you to do is to take the hands back and walk them down. We're going to do a nice chest opener here. So again, if you have to put the blocks or some kind of pillows underneath the knees, please feel free to do so. You can even put one on your lower back or sacrum to help hold you up once we walk down. So I'm going to just kind of demo that here with the block that I have. And I'm just going to walk my hands back, keeping my feet together, sending the legs wide as I have this block resting underneath my lower back, just to help, open up through my chest slightly. So it's opening it through the hips, it's opening it through the chest. It's giving you a nice opening to the front side of the body. You can rest the hands onto the abdomen, the outsides of the legs, or either sides of the hips. We won't stay here long. On an inhale, you start to put your elbows back into the mat, pressing the hands into the mat to help you use your core to help press you back up. Good. So to close off our chest close off our heart from here, we're going to take the legs as wide as the mat or wider, coming into a wide-legged position. Again, blocks become very handy here. So we can place those out in front of us, like so. So the feet will be flexed towards the ceiling. You'll find that external rotation of the thigh bones back and down. We're going to feel a nice deep stretch in the inner part of our legs here. So what you'll do is inhale, sit up tall, and then the exhale, start to walk the hands out until you feel that nice deep stretch in the inner parts of the thighs. And then you can rest there. You might find over time that you can release some of the blocks or that you can sink a little bit deeper into the posture as you use that breath to guide you. the longer we stay in this posture. Maybe focus your breath on the areas that you do find tightness. Really tap into the body. Find those areas. Use the breath. On an inhale, start to use the hands, pressing you back up.
Exhale when you get to the top. Good. Bringing the legs together and taking them to the side or taking to the back side of the mat. We're going to rock and roll up and down the spine to come to laying flat on our backs. So wrap the arms around the shins, inhale, sit up tall, and then on the exhale, rock and roll up and down the spine as many or as few times as you would like. When you're satisfied, bring the feet back down to the mat. Cross the right leg over the left, coming into a supine twist. Extend the arms out wide and allow the knees to fall heavy to the left. Gazing over that right shoulder, feeling a nice deep stretch through the outside of that right hip. Inhale, bring the knees back through center. Exhaling when you get there. Uncross that right leg off the left as we switch sides. So left leg comes across the right. Keep the arms as they are. Allow the knees to fall to the right as you gaze over the left shoulder. When you're ready, inhale, bring those knees back through center. Exhaling when you get there. Uncross that left leg off the right now. Start to lengthen the legs out long to start to enter into Shavasana. So take the feet as wide as the mat or wider, arms as wide as the mat or wider. Allow the eyes to fall heavy into the back of the skull. The tongue to fall from the roof of the mouth. Unhinging the jaw completely. Unfurrowing the brow. Allow a softness to glide down the back of the neck. Pressing each of your shoulders. Washing over the arms and down through the fingertips. Feel this melt over the chest and the rib cage. All the way down the belly and either side into the hips. Feel the warmth flow over your glutes as it cascades over the tops of the thighs as well. Feel a release in the back of the hamstrings. As it continues down the fronts of the shins and wrapping around the backs of the calves. Circling around each ankle and flowing out the tiptoes. As you enter into Shavasana, rest easy as you just breathe. When you feel hopeless and overwhelmed, just breathe. When times are tough and you can't get up, just breathe. When you're filled with doubt or fears, just breathe. Remember that your higher power is near. He can bring you back from your abyss. When you are overwhelmed with joy, just breathe. When things are going your way, just breathe. When you're filled with relief, just breathe. Remember that higher power is in control. He's got you no matter what. All you need to do is just breathe. On the same difference.